Welcome to the Winterberry Wildlife Tech Series. Today we'll be installing a gasket to keep water out of a Browning trail camera when the external power connector is used. I designed this part and had it 3D printed. See the description below for details on how you can order this part directly from the printing services I've used. Let's first take a look at the external power connector on a typical Browning trail camera. You can see that the camera port is protected by this flexible rubber piece which keeps water and dust out of the camera as long as the external power port is not used, but it has to be pulled out and moved to the side when using an external power source. Here is the power cable from the Browning BTC XB external battery pack. It has a barrel connector on the end which plugs into the camera. It also has these small wings which fit into the connector housing on the camera. Twisting causes these wings to lock the connector in place. But you can see that the resulting connection is not waterproof or even moisture resistant. With the connector twisted into place, there is still an air gap around the connector which exposes the inside of the camera to the elements. This is a known problem with these cameras. Especially in humid environments, moisture can get into the camera through these gaps and damage electronic components, eventually ruining the camera. A permanent solution used by some is to put a dab of silicone sealant around the connector once it's been installed. I wanted a solution that could be removed. After taking some careful measurements of a Browning trail camera, I designed this 3D gasket in Tinkercad. This flexible gasket fits snugly over the barrel connector housing. It can then be pressed firmly up into the camera case where it fits tightly, keeping water and moisture out. Here's how it goes on. First, I remove the rubber plug that covers the external power connector on the camera. I do this gently to keep from breaking the rubber foot that holds it to the camera case. Next, I put the gasket over the barrel connector at the end of the power cable. I slide it about a half an inch up. I attach the power cable to the camera and twist it to lock it in. I slide the gasket up towards the camera using my fingernails to press the flexible flange into the camera housing. To remove, I just twist the connector out. There's enough give in the gasket that this works fine. With the gasket in place, you can see it's much harder for moisture and dust to get into the camera. Not impossible, unfortunately, since I couldn't retrofit a true O-ring connector, but this solution does a pretty good job of keeping moisture out. If you try this gasket on your Browning trail camera, please let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Hit subscribe to see more videos on technology that will help you get more from your trail cameras.